Welcome to another episode of the Beyond the Fence podcast presented by Headbanger Sports with your hosts, Coach RAC, Chris, and Mike. Happy New Year. This is our first episode recorded in the new year, and we are excited to be back. I was sleepy this morning waking up. Not going to lie. Just had NYABC. We were pretty busy. But then I saw Chris and Mike's faces, and all is well in the world. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, man, welcome back, everybody. We're excited to have you guys back after the new year. It's been we took a whole week off.
Man,
we got 1 week off. 1 week off of podcasting, and we're back at it. And if it was up to Jesse, it wouldn't have happened.
That's right.
We tried last week, but Rack was out. MIA.
He was actually doing NYABC.
He was doing real work.
Yeah, real work. Yeah, last week at this time exactly, I was on a flight out to Dallas.
How was the weather?
It was cold and it was rainy. We had an indoor facility though, so we were all set. We were at UT Arlington. They had a pretty sweet facility down there. One of the days of camp actually was pretty warm. I mean, relatively speaking, it was like mid 50s, but the sun was out, so it wasn't bad at all. But yeah, man, it was a lot of fun.
Did you say 50s?
50 degrees for us Florida guys. Really cold.
Yeah, what's cold for you guys right now?
I mean, it's been in like low 60s in the morning.
I'll just say this. The other day, I took my son to hitting the other day, or on Sunday, and I came back and I put sweatpants on and a hoodie, and it was about 65 degrees, and I was perfectly comfortable, but it's a wet 65 degrees, so it's a different kind of cold. Originally from upstate New York, and it's like 20 degrees and 70-mile-an-hour winds with snow up there right now, so I can't really complain about the cold and the weather.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So I have to ask, you have something in your hand there, and I think I know what it is. Is that the Dinger Slinger?
It is, man. It is. You guys sent this to me about a month ago. Made a video with it, hit a couple baseballs a long ways, and I signed this thing. So, because the truth is, I shouldn't be swinging in drop 5. I think we're giving one of these away. Is that correct?
I believe so. I think that's the case. It's going to have a nice, pretty Coach RAC SIG on there.
You know, there's a bigger one on the barrel.
Oh, I see it. It's Coach RAC. I guess the stipulations to being able to possibly win a free drop 5.
I'm going to have a link in my bio. You guys will probably have a link in your bio as well. You just got to join our email community. So for you guys, for HB, it's going to be getting those Rack's Corner videos every week. So you just get access to some more coaching videos, get to learn a little bit, and also potentially win a bat. And so just fill out the form, fill out your email, and I think that's it.
I think a lot of people are they don't want to spam in their accounts and they don't want to sign up for emails, but our emails are actually semi-informative, especially Coach RAC's emails at the end of the week. You know, we offer a instructional video every week that Coach RAC does for us and the audience, and a lot of different discount codes that are only geared towards our HP family and those emails. So I know RAC, your audience is starting to get some of those emails too, I believe, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the plan right now, man. I want to get more active on it. And so I'm very thankful that we got Jesse's help on that. But yeah, I'd highly recommend that you guys get on that list if you're not already on it. I mean, I've been making content now for, almost a year for HB. And normally with my videos on TikTok, Instagram, they're only, less than a minute long. I can only go into so much depth. When I'm making videos for Rack's Corner with HB, I'm able to actually talk for a longer period of time, 4 or 5 minutes, answer a lot of the questions that you guys have in your comments. So definitely recommend you guys check that out if you want some more in-depth instruction.
Yeah, I really like the last video you did with the instructional, kind of like college baseball tryout. I think a lot of guys that are at that showcase level or getting ready to have kind of already been through that like baseball tryout for the most part. Like the majority of these tryouts are all the same. Everybody knows that. But kind of the video RAC did, if you guys haven't seen it, you can go to Headbanger Sports. Actually, we got our little Rack's Corner link on the homepage there, and you can click on that and follow through. I think there's 40 some odd episodes on there now, 41 episodes. And the 41st episode kind of geared you towards like how to prepare for that baseball tryout this year. I know a lot of people, Landon actually just went through his first tryout on Friday as I'm sending a picture to them, and everybody in upstate New York's getting snow and they're on a baseball field in, January. High school tryouts, I believe, for the most part across the country, or at least in the warmer areas. Florida is January 20 something. So less than almost 2 weeks away. And we're already at that point. It's kind of exciting. I know Landon is super stoked. All that off-season work that everybody puts in is finally here. Speaking of off-season work, RAC, are you in baseball shape and ready to go to Georgia, man?
Yeah, dude. I like to think that I'm in baseball shape. I've been trying to practice what I preach as of late. It was nice at NYABC. I got to, swing it with the kids a little bit. And afterwards, some of the coaches stayed. Two of the coaches at NYABC are actually in the Bananas organization. So Tanner Thomas is on the Party Animals and Dalton Malden's on the Bananas, who we actually have had as a guest on this podcast. But yeah, we would play catch after the days of camp, and we got to swing it a little bit. So I didn't get to train a ton while I was out there, but got to still stay loose for the most part. But with working out, I had been hitting it hard before going out to NYABC. And then at NYABC, my workout was running the camp, I guess. So yeah, I think I'm ready. But we'll find out. I am supposed to leave tomorrow for Savannah, and I'm going to drive it cross country.
What's wrong with you, bro? Like, is this going to be like I'm going to stop here and see this and stop here and see that? Or are we just going to drive right through? Or, is your wife going?
She's still working for the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to drive it myself. I might stop in Arizona. They don't know this yet. I need to message him, but I might hit up King of Juco. We've been trying to collab for a while, and he's based in Phoenix, I believe. So I might drive through there, collab with him, stop in Dallas, go see Coach Murph. So I might make a couple stops along the way. But yeah, I'm having to drive because I haven't figured out a good way to ship my desktop and this whole setup I got here. Cause I got my mic and my desktop and all my monitors and stuff, and be kind of a pain to fly with all that. And, going to need to pack for 9 months basically. So figured I'll drive on out there.
No, did you find a house, an apartment? What's it looking like?
Staying with a host family of sorts. They have a detached unit, back house kind of thing. So that's where Gigi and I will be staying. It's 5 minutes from the field. Pretty good deal. So we're happy about that.
Awesome. Is this the same one that Malden was in when he was on with us? Yeah,
Dalton and Tanner are now in a different spot. They moved out of their place, but Gigi and I are now moving in there. So it'll just be us two. But
good for you guys. Good. So you got your own little spot, a little privacy.
Yep. It'll be good, man.
Well, good for you, man. Are you guys excited? Obviously the time leading up to it is a little bit nerve-wracking, I'm sure, and a little bit stressful, kind of trying to figure out where you guys are going to be, how you're going to get there, what you're going to do when you get there. But I think once you get there, obviously the excitement kind of goes away, and then it just becomes now what?
Yeah. We'll just kind of settle into a new routine, I think. Right now, there's some uncertainty. It's kind of all right, what's my day-to-day going to be like out there? And I genuinely still don't know. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. It's I have no idea what my schedule is going to be like, if I'm going to be more busy or less busy. Or how much we're going to train, how difficult that's going to be, how much there's just a lot of things up in the air for sure. But, I do think though, once we're into the swing of things out there and practicing and getting ready for games, I've always historically enjoyed that process of training for a season. So, I do think that I'm going to enjoy it a lot.
So everybody wants to know, are you keeping the beard in Georgia?
Dude, that's a great question. I've been so busy the past few weeks that it's I haven't found the time to shave. That's how we've been, man. I know you guys know that with the holidays, but yeah, dude, I don't know. I might have to do a story poll vote and see what people say, shave it or keep it, and then let the people decide.
You can't do the mustache again though. I watched a video from yours the other day with just the mustache. It creeps me.
I actually liked it. I thought she looked great. I don't know. Nothing, keep it going, bro.
Very, very strange.
Shauna sent me a picture the other day from when we were in Virginia. It was I was probably 22, 23, maybe a little older. And I did just a goatee, shaved everything else. Just had the goat going.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got a picture in my phone of you wearing a cowboy hat and some skinny jeans.
Nah, that was babyface, bro. Babyface going to a concert. picture you're talking about.
Actually, it was
Shauna was hot in that picture, bro. Meow. She's still hot. But that picture, that's one of those pictures where you see your wife and you're like, damn, I'm a lucky dude.
Man, I want to see you guys when you're like 20. Like, did you guys, at what point did you guys start rocking the beards? Because that's all I know you as, right? I don't know you guys as anything but beard guys.
That's all you're going to know me as, Rack.
Like the third time we've talked about this exact same thing.
I have an ass chin, so I can't cut my beard off.
That's right. Okay, I do remember talking about this.
I'm super homeless right now. I was at the store the other day, and some guy gave me $1. So I figured I'd let it grow out for a little longer, see how much more money I can get.
I didn't grow a beard, I don't think, until like I was 26 or 27, and it takes a little time. You know, if you don't grow it out and you just shave it over and over and over again, like it doesn't grow. Yeah. So like you have to like let it get patchy before it gets purdy, and then as you get older, it gets purdy and it gets gray. So
yeah, mine was more of like a chin strap for the longest time. Like I did basically like a little line and around, no mustache. And then that turned into getting lazy and just letting it grow. But my dad had like a full on like man beard. So I was blessed from an early age to actually have facial hair. So
yeah, that kid in like middle school that has like full on beard.
Oh, yeah,
like that kid's 15. He's got to be in reclass.
And like my dad's beard, when the older he got, the cooler it got because it got gray. Mm-hmm. But it stayed his hair color like right in the middle. So it was gray all through here, and then it was like his hair color like right in the middle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool look.
But it was more like gray and strawberry blonde. So like it wasn't even skunk look.
So it was 2 years ago. JJ has like, so JJ works with us. He's in our Virginia location, and he has like the big beard, right? So I was like, I'm gonna grow my beard out better than JJ, and I'm gonna keep it coming. And it like got down to like right here, and it looks so gross.
That's how I am too. Like I feel right now, I feel like insecure about how big my beard is because
the beard.
It just looks weird. Well, mine is not even the beard; it's my mustache is like abnormally thick. Mm. So like if you look at yours, Rack, yours is like just grown out, untouched, just nice and thin. Chris's is mediocre. Nah, mine is like that big. It's like all right.
I was like feeling my face the other day, and I'm going, man, how come this hair down here is longer than this hair up here? Anyway, speaking of beards, I mean, who has the best beard in the major leagues?
It used to be Brian Wilson. Absolutely, hands down. Used to be Brian Wilson.
Turner's up there too, though.
Oh, true.
I mean, Justin Turner, he's got a ginger beard, bro. Yeah, that's like a rare thing.
Top 10, Brian Wilson is number one. It's got to be, right? Like his beard is like, he looks like Jason Kelsey, like with his beard all grown full on out.
Mike Napoli's was a good one too. Oh, Keuchel.
Yeah.
Keuchel definitely
has probably a top 5 beard in the game.
Ooh, Jason Worth. Jason Worth was a good one.
Definitely.
I don't know, man. Jason Worth looked like he was homeless, though.
I love it.
But it was like the mountain man look. It's like that guy looks like he got lost in the wilderness and then just built a home out there.
Have you ever seen those videos scrolling through your TikTok of like the guy that like builds the shelters out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
That's like very JJ.
Definitely looks like JJ. Going back to the bananas thing, like I know we kind of went through the practice plan thing that you sent over this week for for everybody to kind of watch. Is that in relevance to kind of what you guys are doing for the bananas? Like, do you guys have a practice schedule yet? Do you have any understanding as to like report times or like what time you got to be there in the morning, anything like that?
Yeah, good question. Honestly, no. Like, I have no clue what time to show up for anything. All I know is that we hit the ground running here in a little less than a week. So I'm just going to show up and make it happen. I think the reason I did the practice plans video was we were at UT Arlington and talking to the coach a lot. And we had a lot of conversations with the head coach there about kind of what it is they're looking for, how their practices are usually ran. And it reminded me a lot of when I was in college. And it seems like a lot of programs have a very similar layout and agenda to each of their practices. So that's where that kind of came from. But yeah, I have no clue what it's going to be like. I will say I've been practicing a couple different dance moves. So,
can we see? You know it's coming. You can't talk about dance.
You can't throw it out there and then not expect us to ask.
So like I keep getting the videos of like everybody in the middle doing it after we talked. For some reason, apparently, like Facebook listens to our podcast. And we're like browsing through, and you see like all the bananas, and like everybody's dancing, and then all of a sudden pitch comes through, and you're like, how the hell do you hit that? Yeah. Eyes are going like this. My ADD's kicked in, and I'm like rolling back and forth throughout the whole middle infield.
I will say though, before you get into showing us your dance moves, you had by far one of the best signing photos of everybody that signed. You did a flip in yours.
Yeah.
Like I sit there and watched all of those. Like I was waiting for it because we already knew it was happening, but I watched all of them. And
we did not know that was happening. Bananas.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody.
I was like, RAC actually, put some time into his and did some flips and broke. I mean, he broke the law. You can't really be doing that. That's
true. I don't recommend that you all do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't hop 3 fences to get there to flip into a uniform.
We do it all the time. It's the only way you can get in any field around here.
That field was it was all locked up, and we're like, come on, like this place should be open. And so we jump the fence, and then we get onto the field, and then like 2 minutes later, like the field guy goes and like opens the main gate, because then it was opening like 3 minutes after we got there. So it was like, oh well.
Was this like early morning? Did you go out there before?
Yeah.
I got you. Text last night, and obviously we're sleeping because it's East Coast time, but 2 a.m. text comes through from RAC. Hey, can we film at 11 or 8 a.m. PST? And I'm like, it's 2 a.m. there when he texts me. That means he's getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep by the time he actually falls asleep. Or he's laying in bed and he's like, oh shit, I forgot to put a time as to what time we're going to get on there. So, and then he shows up today on time and perky and happy and smiling. So
there you go, man.
Did you end up going to ABCA or no?
You know what? I did go to ABCA for one day. Yep. Were you guys there?
We were not. And I wanted to. I kind of got the dates jumbled up, and life kind of happened, obviously. But it will not be something that we'll miss again. Just as obviously as a company, like there's so many cool new gadgets and training tools and products coming out. Like, give me some of your favorites. Like, did you see anything that was like, man, that's awesome? Like, obviously, we scroll and kind of checked out some of the stuff, and there's some cool new like products coming out. It looks like I seen one that was like, it literally was behind like a pitching screen, and it had like a catcher like kind of set up, and the pitchers were throwing into it, and it showed like the velo, it showed like how long it was in the zone for, it showed like ball strike, etc. And I'm like, man, we need that for the new facility. Like that would be so cool.
Especially,
you can do bullpen without having a damn catcher. That's
especially
absolutely amazing.
If you can add a voice to it, because then we can just get Jake.
Yeah. Ball.
Yeah, I like that.
He just screamed. He pops up all the time.
Cracks me up, dude. There was a video of him playing like ping pong at NYABC against the kids, and he's like going 100% all in, like smacking the ball into these kids. And I'm like, that's me, bro. I'm like, that's when me and Landon are like in our basement. We had the ping pong table. I used to whack him with it all the time. Yeah. And he gets so mad.
We did that. We went to Dominican and we played outside, and I was like basically spiking on Caden the whole time. He was getting so mad. He's like, Dad, this really hurt.
Did you flex?
Like, oh, of course.
Yes, absolutely. Got to flex after. So.
Jake's the best coach, dude. Jake's so funny because all the other coaches are like, like play with the kids, joke around with them. Like, and he just keeps like his glasses on and like stern face. And then just any competitions, he just goes all out, like no mercy. It's like, we love it. We had him on the podcast. He's just like, just such a chill guy. Like that's the only way to describe him. He just seems like he's at the beach, just laying back in a, lounge chair in the sun like that. That's his vibe always. Like he never breaks character.
With the beef that he had with, I don't know, I'm guessing it probably wasn't real, but it was quite entertaining. And I don't know who the guy was. Was it a league night guy or? There was somebody that he was like beefing with on Instagram, like talking. They were saying that he was going to strike him out, or can't remember how it all went down. It was actually hilarious.
Yeah, I think that was a Cutter Nation guy, like John Sintez or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. So last night I'm scrolling and like I go through like all the NYABC guys, like we follow you guys and you follow us, blah blah blah. But obviously when you log in, you're seeing all those guys and all the videos. So like I'm watching your long toss video and I'm like, oh shit, look at RAC. RAC's got a little arm, man. He's got 10, and he's like 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards. And then he starts to kind of get a little bit like you can hear it start pumping. And then he goes for the full 100. And when he goes, his mic flies off and hits the ground.
Yeah.
And here comes Bobby and he's like, you like that? You like that?
When I posted that, I thought of you guys.
So while he's watching this video, let's insert a little bit of an advertisement here. RAC, can you give everybody your discount code? We're going in the new year. All the kind of holiday sales are up, but I'm pretty sure you can still save if you go to headbangersports.com and you use
code Cruise23, baby.
Cruise23 will save you 10% off on a lot of select products across the entire website. Obviously, it helps benefit, RAC in the process. If you love his videos, if you're going to buy something, you might as well buy it with this dang discount code and get yourself squared away. We have tons of different products, any of the top selling baseball bats, softball bats, slow pitch bats, and even anything else you need for the most part. So shop headbangersports.com and use code Cruise23 at checkout.
I'm going to be that guy online. Hey, RAC, you're over the line every time, bro. So it's only like...
Yeah. I noticed that afterwards, and I was like, the people are going to comment a lot on this, and that's going to be good for me. So we're going to leave that like that. He's stepping over the line every time.
Yeah, he's throwing it from like 5 yards over. Like, this is like actually not 10.
So there's different forms and different beliefs in kind of long toss, right? And what people believe is the best way to do it and what people believe is kind of not sufficient. And I've seen like really good coaches say one way and really good coaches say another way, but I've always been taught to put the ball up in the air as high as you possibly can on your, up on your arc. And then you see other guys that are like, no, we want it on on a straight line, on a frozen rope all the way, one hopping if you have to. And I was at the tryout the other day and I'm watching them do long toss. And it was kind of funny because you can see different coaching and different kids and the way that they're actually throwing long toss or fielding ground balls or whatever it may be. And there's some kids that are like frozen rope, and they're killing it. They're throwing, 200 feet away, 300 feet away, and they're on one hops. And then, you got Mike out there. He's like throwing it way up, but it's hitting in the same spot every time. He's on point, but that's how he's always been taught. How were you taught when you were in college in comparison to was it any different than your high school coach? And was it any different than, what you're doing now?
Yeah, good question. Well, I've always done it the same way. And it's the way it was taught to me by my high school coach, Kip Gross. I mean, he was a pitcher in the major leagues for several years. He went and pitched in the Japanese leagues, actually won the Cy Young Award out in, the equivalent of the Cy Young out in Japan for two separate seasons out there. So amazing pitcher. But his theory was, get the ball up in the air and get it just literally lob it, get arc all the way out until you reach as far as you possibly can and use your whole body, really focus on using your legs and get the ball up in the air. And then once you've reached your kind of max distance, couple throws there and then start working your way in. And as you work your way in, that's when you can start getting it on a line a little bit more. And once you get to about 120 feet, then that's when, or even 90 feet, that's when you can start kind of working on throwing some of your pitches other than a fastball from that long distance. So we would work on throwing our changeups from there or throwing a slider from there and just getting a good feel for all of your pitches from a longer distance once you're on your way in. But yeah, that was kind of the way we did it. On a lob all the way out, get some arc, and then on the way in, you can start throwing it on a line once your arm's a little more warmed up. But that was just the way that we always did it.
Is 297 feet your longest? Right off your cat?
Yeah, I think 297 is my max. Yeah.
So I'm not going to give you full 300. You were over by. I'm not giving you the whole
300. But hold on. So if you take into consideration, obviously 6'4".
Yeah.
And he catches it at his chest.
Oh, I mean, he's definitely.
Yep. If we're following it,
he's definitely 2 yards in the end zone too. Just we're not counting Kirk Cousins. We're counting the arm over here.
I'm just saying, if he doesn't catch it at the peak is 6'4" or in his chest, it does carry at least the extra 3 feet, right?
Well, technically, if he's standing on the line and hits him in the chest, it's still 300 feet.
Right.
So.
You know what? You're going to see me stop on my way to Savannah at some random football field, probably in New Mexico along my route. And I'm going to refilm this video and I'm going to say, this is just for you, Mike Talbot. Watch this. And I'm going to throw it. My foot's going to be behind the line Not going to overstep it. It's going to be great.
Just make sure you have like a 3-foot kid out there catching too.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I always love throwing long toss because it kind of like loosens your arm up, makes you feel good, and then you're like, you get close up and you're like, skwa, skwa, skwa. And that like pop is like always. Yeah, you know,
my long toss.
If you play baseball, you know what that
20
is.
yards.
I don't even know. I went golfing last week or over the weekend, and like literally, I woke up yesterday, not Monday, and my shoulder felt like it was like frozen. And I'm like, from golfing, like my shoulder. Like come in and I sit down and I sit at my computer desk and I'm like walking normally, and all of a sudden my legs start cramping, and I'm like in my quads, and I'm like, I feel like I just did leg day. Like this is from golfing, bro. I'm like, this is literally like the age that I'm at now.
No, you got a cold plunge, bro.
No, what I need to do is get my fat butt in the gym and start working out again.
Or you need to golf more, dude. Hey, I'm going to be closer to you now. You know what? I'm going to map it. Screw it. What city are you guys in again?
Savannah it's going to be like 4.5 hours.
That's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. So like I picture like lots of long weekends.
5:30?
5.5.
Well, it's only an hour to Georgia.
So like to Florida, you're only half hour, 45 minutes.
It's probably like 5 hours and 15 minutes.
So where we are, we're like Southeast Florida. So like everybody's like, they think when you get to Florida, you're only like 2 hours away because most people think Orlando when they're like timing it out for Disney and all that stuff. Yeah. And then you get to Disney and you're like, oh no, I still have another 2 hours.
Yeah. If you're going 75 from our house to the state line, it's probably about 3 hours and 45 minutes, no traffic.
This is going to be geared a little bit towards the players. Somebody I know specifically. How do you prevent, and I know this is, so actually I'm just going to go into it. Landon's been working his butt off all off season, hitting, working hard, trying to figure out his swing, getting it down pat, done a great job, looks fantastic in the cages. And, you know, obviously the whole like thought of what does this look like on the field comes up, right? So you go to your first tryout and you're watching everybody hit, and then you get up there. Did you guys like ever have that like, oh shit, it's my turn, like I got to impress like kind of moment, you know, going from like winter workouts and working hard in the off season to like, let me get on the field. My first round of BP sucks.
That's how every one of my BP sessions go.
First round,
except for the first swing. First swing is usually a bomb,
and
then after that it falls all apart.
I mean, like I don't know. I mean, like I worked, you know, we never really did off-season workouts a lot because we were in upstate New York. Like, wasn't really, you know, you worked in the cages a little bit, but it wasn't anything like you do here.
You just shoveled snow.
You did a lot of that. But you know, watching these kids work, and you know, watching him, like he's been working on, you know, a good hitting instructor, Ryan Ellis. Huge shout out to him. If you guys are in South Florida, man, I recommend Florida Baseball Club. You go up there, talk to Ryan Ellis, tell him Headbanger Sports sent you. He'll take care of you. Probably one of the best hitting coaches I've ever seen in my life. He knows how to get down with the kids and react to them and talk to them, but also how to respectfully tell them that they suck when they suck. Which is kind of a good trait, right? Like you have to have the ability.
Yeah, it's an art.
It is. It's an art. Like, and I picture like Jake that way, right? Like Jake has that like mentality, right? Like he can respectfully, man, like you suck. But here's what we can do to fix it. And that's kind of how Ryan works with Landon and, you know, the majority of the kids that he played with on the travel organization last year. He's done amazing things with them. His exit velo has gone up. His hand speed's gone up. Like watching him swing is absolutely insane now compared to what it was last year. First round gets up there. Me and my wife are like standing there and like biting. We're like biting our nails. And I'm like, this is going to go really good or really bad. And it went really bad. For the first round, you know, which is in a tryout, you're talking 10 swings.
But I feel like that always happens though. Cause like you're used to you get for Landon, he's been hitting in a cage.
Sure.
So you get boxed in.
Yep.
So you don't really pay attention to anything else except hitting in the cage. And then
I agree.
You see the ball actually go
the background, the normalcy, like nothing changes.
And then, you know, your first shot, you're like, oh, I caught that, and the ball goes nowhere.
Yeah.
And then you instantly, you let your mind, let your mind take over. Yeah. So yeah, first round's always usually bad.
So he comes up second round, and I'm like, Sean, we're like, oh man, I wasn't good. And I'm like, you're good, bro. Like, you know, keep it up, like relax, calm down, making it. And he like, you can see him on the sideline, which is something that really kind of made me proud because any other time before this season anyway, he would have probably shut down, and that would have been the rest of the 3. Like you're hitting 3 times. I think he had 8, then 6, then 3, or something like that. It was something similar, so everybody could get in and get a few cuts. And his second round, he's like, spew, spew, spew. And I'm like, my dude, and like you can see Ryan kind of look at the other coach, and he's like, finally. So we get in there on Sunday. Trial was Friday night. We get in there on Sunday, and he's hitting with Ryan again. And he's like, dude, what in the hell were you doing? Like your first round was awful. And I was second guessing everything that I've taught you the whole time. Like, oh my God. And then, you stepped up and did a great job. So, but it was like that, you go from like having that anxiety of I have to get in, I have to hit now, to, oh my God, I'm here. And you've been in the cage all winter long. You haven't had any real, on-field hitting. And like I told him, like, dude, it's different. Not only are you seeing a different pitcher because it's a different coach, not Ryan throwing to you, it's not me throwing to you, it's not you hitting off a tee, but you're hitting a different coach. So you have that different release point, you have a different speed, different everything. And then you have all these kids that you're you're trying out against, and you feel like that pressure. I didn't see the pressure from him, which was something that is I won't say out of the ordinary, but like he always kind of loves like being pushed and having like somebody there to push him a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see that like reaction as towards, oh shit, I don't feel like I belong here. And this is like the first time, like after working with Ryan, huge props again, Ryan Ellis, Florida Baseball Club. He not only prepares them for like the hitting game, but the mental approach. And like, I think, we talk about it all the time, especially as a hitter and as a fielder, as you get older, that mental approach and having that mentally strong kind of dynamic is extremely important to like every kid that's out there hitting or going to the tryout. Like you cannot compare yourself first off to anybody that's out there with you. You should not be focused on anybody that you're trying out against, but towards just yourself. Because if you're comparing yourself to a guy that's 225 pounds and been, just God's gift, like athleticism, who's roping the ball 300 feet. And then you go out there and you're hitting line drive to the shot. Like, he's like, well, man, I didn't hit it very hard. I'm like, dude, you hit like 7 base hits. Like those are doubles with your speed, right? Like calm yourself down and think about it. But to see him step to the side, make an adjustment, realize what he was doing. He's like, I was opening my shoulder up. I wasn't sitting in there. I wasn't staying through the baseball. I wasn't leaning back. I didn't have my, I wasn't bent over. I didn't have this and that. And I'm like, who the hell is this kid? I'm like, dude, kudos to you, bro. But, for all you kids going out there to try out, man, like don't compare yourself to anybody at the tryout. First of all, like push yourself. Goldfish. Yeah, man. That's a great way to look at it. Or like just adapt, bro. Like adapt, get out there, make an adjustment. If you screw up your first at bat, or you screw up your first round of BP, make an adjustment, fix it, and then get in there and rake like you've been working on. And again, if you haven't been working in the off season, you can't expect much. So, if those kids that do work, I think push themselves and expect more out of themselves because they've seen it in the cage, they know what they can do. But then making that transfer to the field is a whole different dynamic that you have to get yourself accustomed to. So, for those of you that have been kind of working in the off season, make sure before you go to a tryout, go hit on the field a few times, right? Like go get some live BP so you can get that, like get your timing down. There's no coach, not that I've ever been to anyway, that goes to a tryout that's thrown from the pitching mound, first of all. So don't go up there with somebody and have them throw BP to you from the mound, right? Put that L screen about 3/4 halfway and just take BP, like get that overhead kind of viewpoint. Cause most of the time it's soft toss. Most of the time it's machine work or T work. And then going out there and actually seeing somebody throw live BP to you, completely different. So do yourself a favor, go out, take a couple swings, even if it's just mom or dad, man, go out there, make them go, make a friend that's on the team go with you, hit a couple times, and then just kind of get that feel for like being on the field again, because it's different. And, and if you do screw up that first round, make your adjustments. And again, if you haven't been working in the off season, that's on you. I hate to tell you that at this point in time, like you're in season now. So, you can't expect to be God's gift to baseball if you haven't been working in the off season.
Dude, that's so huge. Like, yeah, big props to Landon. Like that is not easy to be in a new environment with a bunch of people you don't know, and you have a tough first round, and then to step back in the box and be able to make the adjustments that you need to. Yeah, it's a testimony to the amount of work he's been putting in. Because yeah, that's something that I found. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, okay, how do you remain confident? Like, if you have a tough first round, how do you remain confident and step into the box and trust that you're going to do well in the second round? And it's like, well, the truth is, it's really tough to mentally do that, regardless of how much you've prepared. But for the kids who have practiced more in the off season, it is going to be a lot more attainable, because after that first round, the thoughts that go through your head, oh, do I suck? Or like, what, am I not able to hit? Like, what's going on? But if you're a guy who's put in enough work in the off season, you can remind yourself, okay, no, I know how to hit. I've done it before. I was just nervous that round. Now, what are some corrections that I've previously made in practice that were able to get me on the right track? Okay, I'm going to do those in this next round, and we'll see how it goes. That's the thought process of someone who has prepared and has put in the work. The thought process of someone who has not put in the work is, oh shoot, what can I not hit? Like, I hope I don't screw up again in the second round, and they don't have a plan. So again, that's testimony to Landon's preparation and how he was able to bounce back. But even then, there are still some kids who will do the preparation, but after having a tough first round, that just mentally will screw them the rest of the time. So that's a real maturity thing. And I think, I even experienced this at the Bananas tryout. Like, my very first round of batting practice, like, I think I fouled off like 3. Like, I had the guy throwing BP was pumping it, and like I've never been that good off of fast BP. And fouled off several. I looked terrible. And by like the second round, it was like, okay, every time I've hit in the past, every time I've hit off of faster BP, I eliminate my stride and just go from a post stride just to get on time. So I did that. That helped a little bit. And but honestly, all of my BP rounds were not very good. Like, I looked, mediocre at best. But then we had to go into a scrimmage. And so again, in my head, as I stepped up to the box the first time, I'm like, how I perform here really matters. And I just sucked all through BP. But that's where, in my head, again, I have to remind myself, well, no, actually, I know I'm a damn good baseball player. It doesn't matter if I have a couple bad rounds of BP. I know that I'm capable of beating anybody at any given time when I step into the box. And that's the mentality I went up there with, and I raked. So again, it's something you have to learn. It takes time, but it's a real sign of maturity when you can have a really difficult round and still not doubt your abilities and who you are as a player.
It's a different game now. I mean, watching, going from seeing him, at 8 years old, now you like watch this kid grow up, and you're seeing him like through all the tough struggles and like the goods and the highs and the lows and all that. And then you watch him like go through, like, work your butt off all year long. And then to see it come to fruition on the field, it's a proud daddy moment. But not only a proud daddy moment, like, you feel good about, if you prepare yourself for anything in life, then somebody throws you a curveball, you should be able to step back and say, hey man, like, how can I approach this a different direction? And like me, like, I've been, 2023 was a rough year for me, my family. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on, extremely busy, life just kind of hits, right? Like some of those years are just that. And then all of a sudden in 2024, you're like, hey man, it's a fresh year, but not only a fresh year, a new me type of deal. I'm not big on resolutions, but to step back and say, hey, I need to make myself a little bit more positive, think about how we can adjust as a company to do better. Those are all traits that you learn from sports, man. Like, if you're playing baseball and you can step back after having a bad round and make an adjustment and do great your second round, why can't you do that in real life? Like, if you have a bad day, step back, think about what you did, make a change, adjust, and then, keep going, like, keep pushing. Like, it's fun to watch, right? You're watching your kid grow up in front of you. I'm a little tear. I might get like a little teared up here.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
One of the things that, like, you were just talking, like with the BP session, like throwing live and throwing harder from those angles. One thing kind of came to mind, like, do you really need to step, like I'm watching, Landon is like, when you're in cages and you're just kind of really more focused on like your upper half, your hands, keeping your hands back, your weight back, etc. And then you get to a full mound, obviously you're striding into the pitch, keeping your weight back, same thing, no different. But like, he spends a lot of time in like a 2-stride position, just like post stride, like we're talking. And I think that actually helps when you do stride into it, because you're so accustomed. Like, you got to think, if you're at a 60-foot mound and you're throwing a pitch and you're holding back your weight and you're kind of ready to go, you swing, and then you got a guy who's halfway, and never any point in time is anybody ever going to throw that hard to you for the most part from a stride position from 30 feet away. Right. So like you shouldn't really be in like a setback and like ready stride, everything, you know, sit back. And if you struggle, like you said, man, get in that post stride position and just let it rip.
That one of the things, something that stuck out to me is one of our NYABC coaches, but Ian Jenkins, he said, if you hit better with 2 strikes, then always have a 2-strike approach. Like, why not? Like, if you shorten up and have no stride, and that's how you hit the best, and that's what you're doing with 2 strikes, then do that in an 0-0 count. Do that in a 2-0 count. Like, I'm learning too with myself. You know, I used to have a big leg kick and all this other stuff, and I still am a guy who has to have generally bigger movements, but I'm getting to a point now where my load is a lot more quiet, and that usually allows me to be on time and more just adjustable, because that's what it ends up being a lot of as you get older, is just how adjustable can you make your swing. And a lot of times you don't need a big leg kick to do that.
Extra movement will kill you in any pitch. Extra movement at the plate will kill you. And I don't even coach Landon anymore. I literally get in the truck afterwards. I'm like, where do you want to eat? You know, what's going on? Like, really, like,
Where do you want to go?
And then he'll talk a little bit, you know, but like I'm more along the lines of like, I want to push you into being a better person now, better man, and let your coaches coach you. We've talked about it a billion times on this podcast. You know, let the coaches coach, let parents be parents. If your son or daughter asks you for some help or some assistance, because you do, like, I go to every hitting lesson, you know, I'm every one of them I'm there. So I've watched him screw up. I've watched him fail. I've watched him do great. And I 90% of the time will know what's wrong with this swing. But now we're at the point where if I don't need to tell him what's wrong with his swing and he's understanding what's wrong with his swing, then that makes you such a better hitter. And understanding the actual swing mechanics as a hitter is as important as knowing how to field a ground ball, a pop fly, or how to pitch. You know, I mean, like, truly, like, if you understand what your swing is and what is good and what's bad, you can always step back and make an adjustment. If you're just up there swinging wildly and just hitting just a hit, and you don't understand what you're doing right or wrong, then how do you know what you're doing right and wrong?
And you got to become your own best coach. Like, that is the best coaches out there. And it sounds like your boy Ryan Ellis knows this. Like, if you can teach a kid not only do this, do that, but if you can teach them the why and teach them the mechanics, okay, this is why you're doing this. This is why you're struggling with this. Over time, the hitter will learn more about their own swing. And as they move up the levels and maybe don't have the same hitting coach, they still can know what they're doing wrong and just watch a video and be like, oh, I'm doing this again. I need to make this adjustment and this correction. And when a player becomes their own best coach, that's when they really can take off, because then they don't rely on some external force to tell them, oh, this is what you're doing wrong. You can make those corrections yourself. And that's what keeps you in the game a lot longer. So, I mean, for me, as I've done, lessons and coaching stuff, like, my goal is to get the hitter that I'm teaching to be able to make the corrections themselves, to where they don't have to hear it from me, to where they can screw up and they know exactly what they did and they don't have to even hear me tell them.
It's almost like the JD Martinez rule. He films every one of his swings and he watches every one of his swings. He doesn't let a coach tell him what to do. He watches it, and if he makes a mistake, he knows what he did, and he goes to correct it on the next swing. They did an interview with him when he was in Boston, and he literally has every swing he has recorded. And as soon as he hits, he comes back to the dugout. He gets on his iPad, he watches it, and he goes back to a previous swing. He watches it, and he corrects as he goes.
And that's another thing. Like, if you're out there hitting BP and you are out there with your friends, right? You're not out there with a coach or anybody else, or even if you're just hitting off a tee, you know, take a video camera and record yourself, because if you can record yourself on a good swing, and obviously when you hit the ball square, and you can feel yourself on your final kind of swing and whatnot, and look at that video and understand what is correct, and then you're tearing yourself apart as you're kind of watching it. Now, don't overcoach yourself, but like, recognize that there's an issue, fix the issue, and then re-record it the right way so you can get that kind of body and like what's the word I'm looking for? Like your muscle memory. Like, get that muscle memory, and feel it, because there's a lot that goes into a swing. And I know a lot of people are like, man, there's guys that are out there that are just complete natural hitters. Yes, there are. 100%. There's guys out there that never had a hitting lesson. There's guys out there that have never had to consider thinking about their swing because they just have a knack for hitting a baseball. A lot of lefties are like that. extremely lucky, great swing mechanics, etc. But for those of you that do work hard on your swing and try and develop yourself to become a better baseball player, because you might not have that natural gift to hit, there's nothing wrong with that. And working hard is going to do nothing but kind of give you a better understanding of, again, your swing and your reasoning and, kind of a good work ethic going into things outside of baseball. But knowing your swing is going to, if you understand what's right and what's wrong, you can fix it. So shout out to all you people that worked your asses off in the off season. We're all proud of you. 100% give yourself a clap, man. You guys earned whatever you have coming to you this year, tryouts. And those of you that didn't work out, man, we wish you guys the best. And hopefully, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe life got in the way or you had another sport you concentrate on. Again, nothing wrong with that. But expect what you put in. That's all we say. If you're going to go out there and not practice or not give yourself a little bit extra, it's the same thing in life. Like if I don't work extra hard at work, then am I really helping myself? I'm not. So get out there, bust your ass, keep going, and shout out to you guys, man. Congrats to a 2024 season, and hopefully you guys kill it.
Before we get out of here, because we got sidetracked with all this, RAC, you going to show us these dances or not?
Yeah. All right. I learned something. It's called the Juby Slide. Have you guys heard of it?
I have not.
I do it really good, actually. I'm proud of this one.
So proud of it.
Proud of this.
Can you do this on here?
It takes some room is the issue. I don't think I could do it in here. I got a video that Tanner Thomas posted. So I'll send that to the chat because mine's in there. We did a little competition to see who had the best and let the people vote. I'm pretty sure it was either me or Tanner that had the best one.
I'm like watching this and it literally looks like they're just jumping across the air.
I practiced a lot for that one, let me tell you.
So you like watch this in a mirror or like you just walk
pounds.
around the house and Juby sliding?
Pretty much, dude. I that's literally exactly what I did. I set up my phone. I set up my phone in the kitchen and then just like tried it over and over again, looked like an idiot until I finally got it.
Do you Juby slide while you're
Jesse, at this point is where we're going to go ahead and put the link to this video right here because we have a whole bunch of NYABC guys out here doing the Juby slide.
And a lot of them are horrible.
Oh my God, this one is awful.
Bobby's actually not too bad.
I love that everybody did it in their like positional video. Like the guys that, oh, look at Jake.
Jake's is funny, bro.
Oh, RAC, I give it to you, bro. I think you got that.
Yeah?
Look at
Come
Jake,
on.
Mr. Cali. I'm definitely going to give RAC the win there.
Let's go.
Hey, Jake looks like he's just doing like shuffle steps here.
Yeah. Dude, Jake just did like karaoke. That was it.
Yeah, he literally, that's exactly it. All right, so we're gonna put a link of that in the definitely gonna put a link inside of the show notes. So go to your favorite podcast show and check those show notes. Not only can you get RAC's discount code, but you can also see him do the Juby slide. Extremely great video. So not only will you get a discount at Headbanger Sports, but you can see some of the best Juby slides in the industry. I have to end this on.
Before you do that,
the reviews. Go ahead.
Oh,
no,
so
go ahead.
The other day when you sent your video, like Chris, every time you send a video, Chris plays it. Like the video gets all the way to the end, and you say something, and I'm like, all right, let's grow, and then nothing, and I was like,
oh no,
his whole catchphrase, like we all in the office, let's grow,
yeah, everybody.
And there was nothing. It was like,
like this is RAC with Headbanger Sports, and let. Boo.
Where was it at?
Boo.
I have a decent one, and this really isn't like it's not really. I understand, I guess, as a customer, if you weren't aware, we got a 1-star review for a wooden baseball bat. The reason that we actually got that review, though, is that I'm just gonna read it. Why on earth would you put an unpeelable SKU sticker on a brand new wooden bat that requires solvents to take it off, which could damage the finish of the bat? 1-star review.
We didn't put the SKU sticker on the bat.
All right. So first of all, we didn't do that. The manufacturer did. Secondly, like I responded on the actual review, and I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but it kind of came out that way. But it has a warranty. It actually had a 60-day warranty. But once you remove that, you have no warranty anymore. So now that you've not only removed the sticker or the SKU, you've also put something on the bat that shouldn't be on the bat that actually kind of hinders the performance or the possibility of like how long it's going to last you. So not only did you incorrectly give us a 1-star review, and hey, look, again, some people, we get it. You don't understand that, but just call us and ask, man. Like, just call and ask us, why did you guys do this? Can you return it? Yeah, sure. I'll send it back. I'll give you a return label. I'll send it back for free. It'll be on us. That wasn't us.
Hate to see that. Come on, guys.
Only 1-star review we got all holiday season.
Hey, that's pretty good though. That's incredible.
That is absolutely incredible because this is our by far our biggest Christmas season ever.
And return week wasn't that bad.
Nope, not really.
That's a win, dude. I mean, if people were allowed to give my videos a star, like an amount of stars, I'd have a lot of probably 1-star reviews from my videos. So for 1 star over all the holidays, that's pretty good.
I will say from our Christmas episode, I've heard the name Lord Farquhar 75 times since that. Like, I've heard it a ton.
Sean was like, "What is Lord Fart?" Oh,
and then
I see it.
I still don't see it. I think it's just the glare, like how clean your face is.
Thanks, man.
Like,
Thanks.
really, I'm not trying to be.
I can't even think of his name now. I was just listening to the song. It's even in the song, so I listen to the song all the time, and it's in there. So I hear it all the time.
Lord Farquhar.
Yeah, Jack Harlow.
Jack.
Oh,
He makes a reference to Lord Farquhar.
Are you sure it wasn't Coach RAC?
wow.
I mean, he could have said Bob.
So you got any good ones? Anything at all?
Besides your wrists are weird and stuff like that.
Oh, any good hate comment, dude? You know, honestly, they've been pretty positive as of late.
That's good. Hey, listen, maybe it's the holiday season. We're going into New Year. People are starting to kind of give, listen, the world around us is like right now. I think everybody kind of understands that.
That's true, man. You know what? Actually, I got a good one. It's not that good, but I literally just opened the app and this is like the most recent comment. So, all right. So this is from Delaney Turner. Oh, she's a softball coach. Okay. I was going to say, I don't know. She says, your form is poor coming across your body. Snap it straight. Not that bad, but she's saying that my form is poor. Respectfully, like Delaney, I probably don't have the best mechanics, but I don't know that you know that better than I do.
All right,
but also,
that actually
you should respond.
Whole nother episode.
You should respond to Delaney. But I did play for the Nationals,
and I'm playing for the Bananas.
Yeah, come on, Delaney.
First of all, you can't compare one person to another person. Everybody has different body mechanics, different release points, different arm angles, whatever it may be. So telling one person that their form is incorrect because that's how their body throws the baseball doesn't necessarily mean it's incorrect, Delaney. All right.
That's true. A lot of different varieties and players.
Because he has weird wrists. So he just can't snap it like everybody else.
That's true. I got to compensate for the weird wrists.
All right, guys. I think we are about at that point.
Yeah, because I'm starving.
Yeah, I'm starving too. Actually,
I got to pee.
Jump on it to me too.
The same here.
So real quick, thanks again, guys. Tune in for from Beyond the Fences. This is episode 23. Hopefully another 23 this season. Make sure you head over to headbangersports.com. Sign up first of all for the giveaways. Again, we're giving away that High Fire signed by Coach RAC himself, who has to pee really, really, really bad. But you can use Cruise 23 at checkout, save yourself 10% on a lot of fantastic products, and get that fast free shipping every single day. So
and for the slow pitch listeners out there, you should check out the new Genesis 2024 14-inch inload. If you are a rec player, it has a huge sweet spot. Huge sweet spot.
Yep.
Almost makes it impossible to miss. Check it out.
Unless you're me.
Unless
you're me. So, all right, guys, tuning out. Thanks again. We'll see you next week on Beyond the Fences.